How was man created and how was he made? There are different beliefs and theories about the creation of human beings, depending on cultural, religious, and scientific perspectives. From a religious perspective, many creation stories depict human beings as being created by a deity or deities. For example, in the Christian tradition, it is believed that God created humans in his own image on the sixth day of creation, as described in the book of Genesis. Similarly, in Islam, it is believed that Allah created human beings from clay and breathed life into them. From a scientific perspective, the theory of evolution explains how human beings, along with all other living organisms, developed over time through natural selection and genetic variation. According to this theory, humans share a common ancestor with other primates and evolved over millions of years. In both religious and scientific perspectives, it is generally accepted that human beings were not made, in the traditional sense, but rather developed through a combination of natural processes, environmental factors, and perhaps divine intervention, depending on one's beliefs. How does the human mind work? The human mind is a complex and intricate system that is still not fully understood by scientists and researchers. However, there are several key principles and theories that help explain how the mind works. One of the most widely accepted theories is that the mind is composed of different cognitive processes, including perception, attention, memory, language, reasoning, and problem-solving. These processes work together to allow humans to perceive and interpret the world around them, communicate with others, and make decisions. Another important aspect of the human mind is the role of the brain. The brain is the physical organ that controls the mind, and it is responsible for processing and interpreting information from the senses, storing and retrieving memories, and controlling the body's movements and functions. In addition, many scientists believe that the mind is shaped by both nature, genetics, and nurture, environment. Genetic factors can influence personality traits, cognitive abilities, and susceptibility to certain mental disorders, while environmental factors such as upbringing, education, and life experiences can also have a profound impact on the development of the mind. Overall, the workings of the human mind are complex and multifaceted, and the study of psychology and neuroscience continues to provide new insights into how it operates. Which animal came to Earth first? The first living organisms on Earth were simple, single-celled organisms such as bacteria that appeared about 3.5 billion years ago. These organisms evolved over time and eventually gave rise to more complex life forms, including animals. The first animals to evolve on Earth were likely simple, invertebrate creatures such as sponges or jellyfish, which appeared in the oceans about 600 million years ago during the Ediacaran period. Over time, these early animals evolved into more complex forms, such as worms, arthropods, and eventually vertebrates. The exact order and timing of animal evolution is still a subject of active scientific research, and new discoveries and insights continue to emerge. However, based on the available evidence, it is believed that the first animals on Earth appeared hundreds of millions of years after the first living organisms. Has man stepped on the moon? Yes, humans have stepped on the moon. The first human landing on the moon was on July 20, 1969, when American astronaut Neil Armstrong famously declared, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," as he stepped onto the moon's surface. Armstrong was followed by his fellow astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, who also walked on the moon during the Apollo 11 mission. 6 other Apollo missions sent humans to the moon between 1969 and 1972, with a total of 12 astronauts walking on the lunar surface. The missions were a significant achievement for human exploration of space and remain an important part of scientific and cultural history. Is Mars going to collide with Earth? No, Mars is not expected to collide with Earth. The orbits of Mars and Earth are both determined by the laws of physics, and they are unlikely to intersect in such a way as to cause a collision. However, the orbits of the two planets become relatively close to each other at certain times, which is known as a close approach or a Mars opposition. During a close approach, Mars can appear brighter and larger in the sky than usual, and it can be a good time for astronomers to study the planet. While there is no danger of a collision, the study of Mars is important for understanding the formation and evolution of the solar system, as well as for exploring the potential for life beyond Earth. Is the Moon going to hit planet Earth? No, the Moon is not going to hit planet Earth. The Moon's orbit around the Earth is relatively stable, and it is not expected to change significantly in the foreseeable future. The gravitational forces between the Earth and the Moon keep the Moon in its orbit, and the distance between the two bodies is gradually increasing over time due to tidal forces. While there have been some cases of small asteroids or meteorites impacting the Earth, the likelihood of a celestial body as large as the Moon colliding with Earth is extremely low. Such an event would have catastrophic consequences for the Earth's environment and could threaten the survival of human civilization. However, scientists continue to study the Moon's orbit and other celestial objects to better understand the risks of potential impacts and to develop strategies for mitigating them if necessary. Is the Sun going to hit the planet Earth? No, the Sun is not going to hit the planet Earth. The Sun is located at the center of the solar system and is much larger than the Earth. However, the distance between the two bodies is vast, and the gravitational forces between them keep them in a stable orbit around each other. While the Sun's energy and activity can have an impact on the Earth's climate and environment, it is not expected to collide with the Earth. However, the Sun is constantly evolving, and over billions of years, it will eventually run out of fuel and expand into a red giant star, which could have significant consequences for the Earth and other planets in the solar system. This is not expected to happen for another 5 billion years or so, and scientists continue to study the Sun's evolution and its potential impact on the Earth and other planets.